Greenfield, Indiana, that is just east of Indianapolis on I-70. Now for head coach Rob Smith and the Ohio Bobcats. Leading off and playing at first base is Rudy Rote. A leadoff assignment for Rudy Rote today. Batting second, the DH Tanner Picnic. Three-hole shortstop, Trevor Hafner. In the cleanup spots, a right fielder, Michael Klein. Batting fifth, the third baseman, Tony Giannini. In the six-hole, the left fielder is Devin Garcia. Batting seventh, the catcher is Dan McCauley. Sebastian Fabic hits eighth. He's in center field. And rounding out the lineup is the second baseman, Aaron Levy. On the mound is the ace of the Ohio staff right now, Jerry Salisbury. 4-5 with a 4.50 ERA. Redshirt senior, 5'10", 187 pounds from Brunswick, Ohio. This is not one, but two today. And we aren't just 1, but 2 hours late to start. Game time temperature is 71 degrees. We're going to get going here with the first pitch at 2:02. It's a huge day for the Bobcats, and pitch one is upstairs, and we're off to the races. Enjoy the broadcast and the ball game, everybody, as Noah Powell gets into the box. It's 1-0. Powell, a .311 hitter. That's 38 for 122. This is his 33rd start. This is Ball State's 45th game. 3 home runs and 22 runs batted in. Ohio lost on Friday 4-1. There was a 2-hour rain delay in that contest, so we've had a 2-hour rain delay. We've been 2 hours late, and this one's rocketed to left center field, hit pretty well. Moving back, Garcia makes the catch in front of the track, just below and to the left of the scoreboard. Brought it in off his left shoulder, tracked it well with a good first step, and it's a sloppy track out there. You're going to have to run through some wet grass. And there's one out on a fly out. And here's Chase Sebi. .330 hitter, 2 home runs, 16 runs batted in. Powell on Friday was 0 for 4. Sebi was 1 for 2. Scored a run, walked and struck out. And he takes one low. It's 1-0. He has the best on-base percentage in the MAC. Nearing 500. The next one misses. It's 2-0. Dimensions haven't changed here at Bob Wren in the last 10 years, and so they won't today. Fly ball foul over the screen. 340 down the lines, 380 to the alleys, 405 to straightaway center field. It is a 9-foot-high green outfield wall. Remember, there was a storm a couple of years ago, so that right field wall is newer than the rest. Next one misses outside. It's 3-1. Now that right field wall from about the 380 marker to the pole blew over. This one blows outside, and that's a one-out walk to Chase Sebi. Here's Jeff Riedel. Riedel went 1 for 4, and that one was a 2-run homer. He has a 13-game hitting streak. He's hitting over 470 in the streak. Ball State has 2 13-game hitting streaks working. Their 3-hole hitter and their cleanup hitter, Griffin Hulecki. First one breaks into the zone on the inside edge. It's 0-1. It finally stopped raining in Southeast Ohio, which is an upset. Didn't think like it ever would. There's a fly ball to right. Coming in on it, Klein makes a head-high one-handed catch. So 2 fly ball outs. Back to first goes Sebi. Here is the previously mentioned Griffin Hulecki. New average at .331. 2 home runs and 25 runs batted in. 1 gone, runner at first. Top of the first, just underway, and it's going to be a long one today. Not 1, but 2. From the stretch, Salisbury misses inside. It's 1-0. Robert Reitz is the home plate umpire. Darren Brown at first. Scott Inman at third. The 1-0 from Salisbury rides outside. 2-0. We'll have a lot of time to talk about a whole lot of topics today. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can let me know. Fly ball to right center field. Klein with a run, and he plugs up the gap with a head-high catch just to the left of that 380 marker. Had another good first step. and they're testing the footing in the outfield. So 2 line drive outs of the inning, working around a walk. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left. We've played a half rack. Nothing for the Cards. Ohio's coming up. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOUB. Which is an amazing thing. Welcome back to Bob Wren Stadium. Bottom of the first inning is about set to start. Nothing for BSU in the first. They did have a walk. And Ohio will start it off with Rudy Rote, a .367 hitter. And this will be the first time that he has been the leadoff man. Nope, sorry, this is the third time. But I believe the first time in Mid-American Conference play that he's going to be the leadoff man. This will be the third appearance at the top of the lineup. So it's Rote, Picnic, and Hafner to get it going for Ohio against a strikeout thrower in Drey Jameson. D-R-E-Y, Jameson, J-A-M-E-S-O-N. Right-hander, 6 foot, 165. And he's going to have to generate a whole lot of power out of a relatively small frame. Just eyeballing him here, it doesn't look like he is 6 feet tall. He might be 165, but that also might be a generous estimate as well. Big day for the Bobcats, to be sure. At 8 wins, you figure they need 6 or 5 more, and you could do the math. Ohio in a tough spot. Behind them is Bowling Green in Northern Illinois, and there isn't going to be much of a threat from the Falcons or the Huskies to jump past Ohio in the standings. So Ohio is chasing Toledo. Ohio is chasing Western Michigan. The good news, the Bobcats will play the Broncos next weekend. The bad news is Ohio lost the series to Toledo earlier this year. So Rudy Rote hits .367. Hit a mammoth home run to the batter's eye in center on Friday. That was one of the longer shots to the batter's eye that I've seen in a decade. That was about 2 beams up, the vertical, rather horizontal beams up, and just to the left to straightaway center. It was a blast. Left-handed batter takes a strike. It is 0-1. From Drey Jameson, the opposition hitting just .204 against him. Wrote this season 10 home runs, 37 runs batted in, swings for the fences, comes up empty. It's 0-2. It was on a 2-1 pitch the other night, and he was looking dead red, and he got it and bashed it out of here. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. The pitch was in the dirt, knocked down by Sebi, picks it up, throws strongly to first, and they get Rudy Rote by 2 steps. So strikeout number 71 of the season for Drey Jameson. So Rote, who was 3 for 4 on Friday night, now 3 for 5 in the series. Here's Tanner Picnic, who was the cleanup hitter a couple of nights ago. Ohio jumbling up the lineup a little bit. 1 shy of 300 in his average, 6 home runs, 21 runs batted in. Eyes one high and wide, it's 1-0. Cardinals are in the bright red tops. White pants, red bills on a black cap. The kick in the 1-0. There's a strike, it's 1-1. Ohio in the black uniforms. Ohio in an arch in green, across the chest in print. Numeral on the front and back. Actually, swing and a miss. A little bit of a foul tip. 1-2 the count. One gone, bottom of the first, scoreless game, Ohio and Ball State. Going to be a long one. 1-2 from Jamison. Swing and a miss, strike three. So, in the 29 outs in this series to this point, Ohio has struck out 16 times. Back-to-back Ks to start it off for Jamison. Here's Trevor Hafner. Bases clear, two gone, bottom of the first. Hafner was in the leadoff spot on Friday and has been largely. He went 0 for 4, takes one outside. It's 1-0. Ball State has struck out more than anybody else in the league from a pitching perspective, and Ohio struck out more from a hitting perspective. 1-0 outside. 2-0 is the count. So this is a tough matchup. Jamison might be 6 feet. He might be 165, but he's generating a whole lot of power from a tiny frame by comparison. Check swing, didn't go around. 3-0 the count. And he's a freshman, too. So to be up where he's at from a strikeout standpoint, pretty impressive. 3-0. There's a strike. 3-1. I have passed by his hometown about 100 times over the last 10 years. 3-1. Swing and a miss at 3-2. I know pretty much every exit between here and Chicago on I-70 and then up I-65, and there's a good Qdoba there in Greenfield. Check swing, didn't go around, pitches up and away. It's ball 4. So a 2-out walk. Trevor Hafner draws it, and here's Michael Klein. Klein, a .211 hitter. 4 home runs, 27 runs batted in. 2 gone, runner at first. Bottom of the first, scoreless game. Of course, big news here in Athens. The Qdoba on East State opened up a couple of days ago, and that's a huge development. Steak and Shake's coming soon, and that's just going to be awesome. First one misses, low and outside. This town has been void of many 24-hour places, and I always thought a Waffle House or a Steak and Shake would be good here, and the Steak and Shake's coming. I thought it would be better if they put the Steak and Shake in the middle of the roundabout. That'd be fairly unique. Klein the other night went 1 for 4. Ohio's right fielder and formerly pitcher, starting pitcher, barrels this up and sends it back through the box in a base hit. Klein's second hit. Now, I say sometimes starter, but of course he was hurt for a good portion of the conference season. Maybe the bat's coming around a little bit. Here's Tony Giannini. Giannini playing on a graduation weekend in Athens, likable senior from Indianapolis. Tony G went 1 for 4 the other night. His mother is 2 rows in front of me, and his grandparents from out in Montana here this weekend. Pitch misses high. It's 1-0. Now, I like his grandparents. My grandpa's wearing a Jim Beam cap, and that'd be great on a Sunday. If you could sneak some into the booth, that'd make the broadcast a lot more entertaining. 1-0, fly ball to center. It is playable. Moving back is Brockhouse. Now he comes in about 3 steps, makes the catch, inning done. Ohio strands 2. We're through with 1. Ball State nothing. Ohio nothing. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOUB. Russ Eisenstein. Max McDoulin's a little bit under the weather, so hopefully he is feeling a little bit better. He'll have the call all next weekend of the Western Michigan Series. On Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, Ohio will play a midweek game against the Penguins of Youngstown State. We move to the second. It is Freed, Brockhouse, and Ricotta scheduled. And the first one to Seth Freed is a big swing and a miss from Jerry Salisbury. Freed, their second baseman, left-handed hitter, wears 1 in black at the back of that red uniform top. The 0-1, strike in the outside edge. It was a check swing, but it was a called strike anyway. It is 0-2. Freed on Friday went 0 for 4, struck out twice, takes one outside here. It's 1-2. Where's number 1? And he is from Bay City, Michigan. 6'1", 193, and a senior. 1-2, well outside, 2-2. This is a Ball State ball club now that has won 5 in a row. They've won 7 of their last 8. They started the MAC season with a series win over Kent State. Fly ball foul out of the ballpark. Then they dropped series to Central Michigan, Eastern Michigan, and Miami before beating Bowling Green and then sweeping Northern Illinois. 2-2 is low. It's 3-2 on Freed. Salisbury kicks and fires. Line drive, shallow center, coming in on it, Fabic, and he can't make a play. That drops in, and a base hit for Ball State is their first today. That is their 6th of the series. Here's Colin Brockhouse. Brockhouse did not reach base on Friday, and that ended a 25-game on-base streak. So their hitting streaks continued to 13, but his ended at on-base at 25 and slaps one foul, first base side, out of play. Right-handed batter, wears number 9, center fielder Colin Brockhouse. Hits .279, 7 home runs, and 33 runs batted in. White batting gloves, dark bat, throw to first, back in time is the runner, Freed. If you're thinking about him in stolen base attempts, he is 9 for 12. That's the second most stolen bases of their starting lineup. 0-1 the count, top of the second, runner at first. Here it is for Brockhouse. Swing and a little flare to shallow left center. It's going to drop for a base hit. Station to station here, Freed up to second. Brockhouse with a base hit, his first of this series.
Now batting for the Cardinals, number 31, the first baseman, John Ricotta.
Here's John Ricotta, 192 hitter, 2 home runs and 14 runs batted in. He's their first baseman. Ricotta the other night went 2 for 4, brought in a run, did strike out. 192 hitter, but he did damage on Friday. Has 2 aboard and nobody gone here in the top of the second. Ball State trying to score first. I would love a double play here. Bluff move back to second. Ohio did not turn 2 the other night. First one misses low to the right-handed hitter. It's 1-0. Salisbury got the Game 2 start at Miami last weekend. 1-0. Swing and a miss on a pitch that was low and outside. Jerry went 5 2/3, gave up 9 hits, 5 runs, 3 earned, struck out 6, didn't walk a man. Camrata and Jasek finished it off for Ohio. Cats lost that ball game 6-1. First and second, nobody gone to the pitch. That just missed, low and outside, looked pretty good, but it's 2-1. Two-one, slap to right, in there for a base hit. Hitting third, green light on. Here's Freed. Up with the ball is Klein. His throw is to second, and Ball State leads at 1-0. Runners on first and third here. Ricotta's third hit of this series, an RBI single to right. Brockhouse goes to third. That's RBI number 15 on the season for John Ricotta. And the Cardinals fly out in front again, 1-0. They led 2-0 the other night. Ohio never trailed, or rather never led in the contest. Ball State never trailed. And so they're working on an inning here in the second. The first two were just dumped into shallow portions of the outfield. That was a good piece of hitting to slice it down the right field line. And so Ohio really needs a double play here to keep the damage minimal. Here's the 8-hole hitter, Rhett Wintner. Takes a strike. It is 0-1. 164 hitter. He was a pinch hitter the other night. He struck out. 10 for 61 as a batter. Takes one outside. It's 1-1. Ohio's turn to MAC high 42 double plays this year. They'd love one now. This is just home game number 10 of the year. Line drive to second, and it went through the glove of Levy into right center field for a hit. First and second now as a run comes in to score. It's 2-0 Ball State. That ball was absolutely scalded, and I'm not really sure how he didn't catch it. That seemed to tear right through the mitt of Levy at second. He was positioned perfectly. It was a line drive, maybe just above head high. I have no idea how that ball wasn't caught. It's 2-0 Cardinals on a line drive single by Wintner, and time called. Rob Smith out to the mound. Wow. That very well could have been a double play as a line drive caught and then going to one of the bases for a double up situation, but it wasn't. So Brockhouse scores, Ricotta to second. First and second, nobody gone still in the inning. Bottom of the Ball State lineup. Smith out to the mound. This is the town hall meeting. From my vantage point, and again, looking through the screen, and we're removed here from the field, but we're not that far away, it looked like that went right through his glove. Well, this is a tough spot for Ohio. They trailed 2-0 the other night, down 2-0 right now. Still nobody gone in the top of the second. Bluff moved back to second by Salisbury. Here's Kirkpatrick. Justin Kirkpatrick's their third baseman. Where's number 8? Right-handed hitter. Middle of the box on the right-hand side, 2 red batting gloves. Squares to bunt, pulls it back. It's limited inside. It's 1-0. Kirkpatrick hits .241. The other night, he was 0 for 2, struck out twice. Ball State up 2-0. They're trying to get to 12 MAC wins and 25 overall this year. 1-0 pitch instead is a bluff move back to second. I'm still absolutely baffled how that ball wasn't caught. The glove was right there. Have to see a replay of it to see where it missed it. 1-0. He did offer at a pitch that was low on a bunt attempt. It's 1-1. And I'm sure Levy's probably thinking the same thing, how he didn't catch it. It was such a bang-bang play, and he was positioned just so perfectly, almost too perfectly. Another bluff move back to second. And the trouble here is this is the bottom of Ball State's lineup. And after the bottom, generally comes the top unless the game's over. But those are 300 hitters. Powell, Sebi, Riedel, and Hulecki. Can't mess around here because Ball State's bashers are coming up next. 1-1 the count, nobody gone. Runners on first and second, top of the second, 2-0 Cardinals, and the pitch. Bunt not on, bouncing balls, the infield's pulled in, and it goes through into center field for a base hit. Hitting third and trying to score is Ricotta. There is no throw. 3-0 Cardinals, and an RBI single by Kirkpatrick Wintner takes third. Kirkpatrick's 13th RBI of the season. The infield was pulled in a little bit because of the bunt and because nobody out, but still back enough that there was a double play possibility. But that was to the right of Levy, and the Cardinals have put up an inning here. 4 hits to this point in the inning. 2 runs have scored. Now 5 in the inning. 3 runs have scored. And back to the top side here in Noah Powell. 3-0 Cardinals here in the second. And it's already going to be a long day with the doubleheader, but it could really be a long day with Ohio down early. Got to keep the damage at just 3-0, but it's back to the top side now, and Powell flew out to start the ball game. Pops up here. This is over the Ball State dugout, first base side. Now to play. 0-1 the count. And there's got to be the delicate balance here. Obviously, the Bobcats know how important of a day this is, and you don't want to play tense. You don't want to feel like there's tons of pressure on you, but you also have to play with the purpose knowing that this is a really important day in 2-game swath of your season. 0-1, hit on the ground, weakly towards third. Giannini goes to second for 1. That's all they'll get. Run comes in to score. 4-0 Cardinals. Levy takes the throw at second. Force out 5-4. Scoring is Wintner from third. Kirkpatrick out at second. Powell to first on the fielder's choice. 4-0 Ball State. And here's Chase Sebi. Sebi walked an inning ago. This is his second plate appearance, and we're in the second inning. Breaking ball misses low and inside from Salisbury. It's 1-0. Ohio's had to deal with pitching injuries and injuries of position players. 1-0, stabbed at it. He did try to bunt, and he missed on a pitch that was outside. It's 1-1. So in things beyond Ohio's control, it's been a tough year. In things that have been in their control or a good portion of their control, like timely hitting, they haven't been able to get that. 1-0 is high. It's 2-0. And they've played from behind too much for their liking. Still a lot of time left in this one, but that's a massive 4 spot on the board under the second inning column. Bunt is popped up in front of the plate, and it rolls foul. Probably a good decision by McCauley to allow that to roll foul. Would have been a tough angle on a throw. 2-2 the count. Still just 1 gone here in the top of the second, and Ohio down 4-0. Western Michigan at home next weekend, then that trip to Central Michigan. Hopefully that has some meaning. I mean, I like going to Soaring Eagle as much as the next blackjack player, but that's a long trip to go just to play some cards. Pitch misses inside, and that hit him. Sebi hit by a pitch. Runners on first and second now. The inning continues.
Number 4, the right fielder, Jeff Riedel.
Be careful here. This is one of the hottest hitters in the MAC. He lined one out of here below the scoreboard in left center field on Friday night. Riedel, the reigning MAC Player of the Week. Their right fielder flew out just an inning ago. New average at .358. Hitting streak at 13 games. It's been a big part of what Ball State's been able to do here in the last couple of weeks. On at second is Powell, Sebi at first. 4-0 Cardinals. We're in the second. Just 1 gone in the pitch. That drops low. It's 1-0. The other thing about this, too, is Ohio has put some miles on the bullpen tires. They have really had to put in innings because of the injuries. 1-0, line drive. That is caught at second by Levy on a leaping snap. Back to the bases go Powell and Sebi. That was a little bit of a humpback liner. He jumped, but he was able to secure it about chest high on that leap. 2 gone, 2 aboard. Here is Hulecki. Hulecki's new average at .329 flew out in the first. 4-0 Cardinals, 2 gone, 2 aboard, and the fastball is a strike. It is 0-1. Salisbury with his pant legs pulled up to his knees, black stirrups, white spikes, the 0-1. Fouled off to the screen. 0-2. This has been a long top of the second. Started with a Freed single, then a Brockhouse single, then a Ricotta single that brought in a run. Wintner singled, brought in another. Kirkpatrick singled, Ricotta scored. Fielder's choice Powell, Sebi hit by a pitch, Riedel lined out, and now it is Hulecki. 1-2 is the count. And the pitch. Fly ball to left, over and to his left now Garcia, and he will give way to Fabic, who makes the catch. Drifting over from center field. That was just to the right of the gap in left center. But the Cardinals score 4 times, 5 hits, no errors, 2 left. We've played 1.5, and Ohio has some work to do. Down 4-0. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WAUB. Work to do against a strikeout thrower. Bobcats down 4-0. Cats have struck out twice already against Dre Jameson, with the top strikeout artists in the MAC. A 4-run Cardinals second. Garcia, McCauley, and Fabic scheduled here for Ohio. Game 1 of the doubleheader. Game number 2 of the series. Devin Garcia hits .230. Has 14 ribbies, his 2 home runs. Ohio's fleet-footed sometimes center, but oftentimes here in conference play left fielder. Went 0 for 3 the other night. Has a guard on his left shin, rocks the bat back and forth, crouches in the right-handed box, and swings at a shoulder-high fastball. It's 0-1. Major League games going on right now, MAC games going on right now. A lot of scores to check today. Next one's low, 1-1. Jameson turns and fires on 1-1. Dropped a breaking ball in there, swing and a miss. Indian starter Mike Clevenger had a no-hitter going. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Garcia goes down on strikes. And actually, there were dueling no-hitters here. I had to look down. The Yankees have 1 hit. The Indians don't. Domingo German for the Yankees is no-hitting the Indians right now in the 6th inning. Scoreless game of the Bronx. The Yankees only have 1 hit. Here's Dan McCauley, 203 hitter, Ohio's catcher. Takes a strike on a slider. It is 0-1. 14 runs batted in. Has 2 home runs. Ohio's 7-hole hitter. 0-1 pitch from Jameson. Fly ball foul. First base side out of play. America's team, the Milwaukee Brewers, trail the Pirates 2-0. That's in the top of the 2nd inning at Miller Park. The The Brewers can bash teams that are under 500. They struggle with teams that are at or above. Fly ball foul, first base side out of play. The Pirates AAA team is in the state that Ball State's from, the Indianapolis Indians. So 2-0, the Brewers will play from behind today. Awesome. Blue Jays 1, Rays nothing. That's in the 5th inning at the Trop. Yankees and Mets tied at 2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. McCauley goes down on strikes. So that's 4 strikeouts here for Jamison. That's 74 in his season. Here's Sebastian Fabic. So, of the 32 outs in this series, Ohio has struck out 17, now 18 times. That's a lot. I mean, that's not putting the ball in play. Foul back to the screen on pitch 1 by Fabic. 129 hitter. 4 hits on the year. Takes 1 low. It's 1-0. That was one of the key points coming into the series. I mean, Ohio strikes out a lot. Got to put the ball in play. Got to put the onus on the opposition. The 0-1. Belt high. It's a strike. Sorry, it was the 1-1, and it's 1-2. And you don't have much of a case when you strike out that many times on a borderline pitch. 1-2 pitch. Popped up foul. Out of play. Ohio down 4-0. 2 gone. Bases clear. Bottom of the 2nd. Timely hits. Got to have them, especially when you need Mac wins. 1-2. Called. Strike 3 on a 12-6 curveball. That was a beautiful pitch. And Jamison strikes out the side. Ohio has fanned 5 times. That's 19 in this series. 1, 2, 3 in the 2nd. 4-0 Cards. We go to the 3rd. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOUB. It was a 4-run Cardinals 2nd inning. So they fly out to an early lead. Meeting 112 in the all-time series. Ohio has the edge 64-47. It is Freed, Brockhouse, and Ricotta scheduled here for Charlie Cardinals' crew. Jerry Salisbury back on the bump, and the first one misses high. It's 1-0. Salisbury's looking for his first strikeout. Line drive center field. It doesn't get there. It's caught by Hafner on the back of the infield dirt. Back of the bag at 2nd. He was ranging to his left. It was about shoulder high. Made the catch on a line drive out. Freed, 1 for 2. Here is Brockhouse. He singled. That was an inning ago. Cardinals have 5 hits. Ohio has 1. First one to Brockhouse is a strike. It is 0-1. Sun out here. Be a good day to work on the tan. But we're in the shade here in the booth. Bouncing ball wide of 3rd, foul. I mean, this is a tremendous day to work on a suntan. UV index at about 5 or 6, maybe higher. No one is shirtless at the ballpark at this point, but it's a long day. 0-2, golf to left field and deep. Way back, warning track wall, gone. Solo home run, Colin Brockhouse, 5-0 Cardinals. That was to left center, and you could tell early on that Fabic knew it was hit really well, and he golfed it out of here. Brockhouse with his 8th home run of the year, and the Cardinals have flown out to a 5-0 lead. That was to the right of the scoreboard in left center, to the left of the batter's eye. Hit number 6 for the Cards. They're up 5-0. Here's John Ricotta, their first baseman. Singled an inning ago, brought in a run, 200 hitter. 1-0 is the count. Line drive center field, hit pretty well. Moving back on it, Fabic, warning track wall, gone. Back to back for Ball State. And the Cardinals are clobbering that pill out of here. Brockhouse and Ricotta go deep in back-to-back fashion. Ricotta's 3rd home run of the year, 6-0 Ball State. That was to the right of straightaway center. You could tell off the bat it was hit pretty well.
Now batting for the Cardinals, number 14, the DH, Rhett Whitner.
So that's 3 homers in the series for Ball State. Riedel had one on Friday. Brockhouse and Ricotta go deep in back-to-back fashion. Here is Rhett Whitner, their DH. Swing and a miss. It is 0-1. Seven hits for Ball State, and we're not out of the 3rd inning yet. Next one from Salisbury misses a little bit outside. It is 1-1. When you're a ball club that's struggled with timely hits, this is a mountain of a hole. 1-2 the count. This is pretty deep. Can't get it back on just one swing of the bat. They're going to have to chip away against the Chirp Chirp Cardinals. 1-2, misses low and outside. 2-2 the count. Ohio lost to Miami 4-2 in the finale on Sunday last week. Lost 6-1 in Game 2. 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. That was low, and Whitner went at it. Strikeout number 1 for Salisbury, 54 for his season. Whitner now 1 for 2. Here's their 3rd baseman, Justin Kirkpatrick, their 9-hole hitter. 6-0 Cardinals, back-to-back bombs for Ball U. Kirkpatrick singled and brought in a run. Pops this one up to shallow right center. Coming in, Klein over Fabic, and Klein will make the squeeze. And the inning, thankfully, is over. But solo shots for Brockhouse and Ricotta inflate Ball State's lead to 6-0. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOUB. Levy has had a tough go on the field to this point. Ball that he was right at back in the second that just wasn't caught. 1 for 3 in the opener of the series. Has the chance to atone at the plate. Swing and a miss. Left-handed hitting second baseman against Dre Jamison, who has struck out 5. Levy, a .232 hitter, swings through a breaking ball. It is 0-2. This would be the 34th out of the series when it occurs. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. That's 6 for Jamison. That is 20 strikeouts for Ohio now in the series. That is 4 straight. He struck out the side in the bottom of the second. Back topside now to Rudy Road. Rudy struck out to start the proceedings for Ohio offensively back in the first. Jamison from the wind of the pitch. That's outside. It's 1-0. Ball State's fielders must be bored because they don't get much action. 1-0. Misses low and inside. They have a shift on here. Kirkpatrick is pulled over towards short, where the shortstop normally would be. The shortstop Powell's on the first base side of second. On the outfield, Grass is freed the second baseman. And that was fouled off the tip at the plate. It's 2-1. This one's foul tipped. It's 2-2. And at this point of the season, the stats are a good reflection of who you are. You know, numbers, you could get lost in numbers, but when you have this big of a sample size, you are what your stats generally say that you are. Rote's a heck of a hitter. 2-2 pitch, eye high, 3-2. He's got a good plate presence about him. Needs to try to do something here. 3-2 the count, 1 gone to the pitch. Swinging a pop-up, foul, third base side out of play. This is the third home max series, and Ohio's played a doubleheader in each of them. We had a doubleheader against Northern Illinois that the Bobcats split. Doubleheader against Eastern Michigan, the Cats split. Trying to come back. In game 1 of this double dip today, foul back to the screen by Rote. This is a good battle between Jamison and Ohio's best hitter. That home run he hit the other night, his 10th on the year. Ohio leads the MAC in home runs. Swinging a fly ball, hit pretty well to right center field. This ball is back to the warning track and wall, and it's caught by the center fielder. An over-the-shoulder grab on the run just to the right of the Ohio logo on that right center field wall. Brockhouse played it well. It was a drive, and that's out number 2 of the inning. Here's Tanner Picnic. 6-0 Cardinals, bases clear, 2 gone, bottom of the third. Picnic struck out back in the first. Jamison, easy on the mound, line drive to left. Hulecki comes in and over to his right, 3 steps, and makes a head-high catch. And Ohio goes down in short order in the third. 1, 2, 3, they go down, much like they did an inning ago. We're through with 3, 6-0 Ball State. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOUB. Cats have their work cut out for them here today. 6-7-0 for Ball State, 0-1-0 for Ohio. Powell, this is his third plate appearance already, and we're in the fourth inning, and he takes a strike from Jerry Salisbury. It is 0-1. Next one from Jerry is low and outside. 1-1. Four for the Cardinals in the second, 2 in the third. And the pitch, line drive center field, base hit. Hit number 8 on the day. The first for Powell. Single to center. Here's Sebi. It's been a heck of a year for Athens native and former head coach at Kent State and Georgia head coach Scott Strickland. His Georgia Bulldogs putting together his best year during his time in Athens, Georgia. They're 33-14. They're 15-9 in the SEC. They have a chance to really have a big week. Throw to first, chases Powell back. They just swept Missouri and Columbia. They have a 5 RPI. They'll play Georgia Tech on Tuesday at SunTrust Park, the home of the Braves. Then they've got top-ranked Florida coming to Athens, Georgia on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Line smash, just foul down the third base line and into the corner for Chase Sebi, who walked and was hit by a pitch. Now, Athens, Ohio in the springtime is awesome, but can you imagine a home series in Athens, Georgia for top 25 ranked Georgia against Florida? It's a rivalry to begin with. That place is just going to be packed. 0-1 pitch. Fly ball down the line and right, foul. I would imagine it's going to be like a SEC football weekend down there for baseball. Florida and Georgia. Can you imagine that? Good-looking crowd, too, I would guess. Bouncing ball towards third, back of the bag, bobbled by Giannini. Will get it and throw to first late. That goes through the legs of Rote. Taking third on the play is Powell. Up to second goes Sebi. That will be a hit and an error. Yes.
Now batting for the Cardinals, number 4, the right fielder, Jeff Riedel.
So here is Riedel. Second and third, the runners. That was a tough play to begin with. It was right on the chalk there, and Giannini had to go down back of the bag and trying to make a play and a throw, and that went through the legs of Rote. Discretion may be the better part of valor there, but try to make a play. Can't blame him. Second and third, the runners. Nobody gone. Ohio's in a tough spot. Here is Riedel, and he takes one low and outside. It's 1-0. So good luck to Athens native Scott Strickland, former Kent State coach, and Georgia coming up this week. That's a big week. Rivalry in non-conference and then in SEC play. 2-0 is the count. Out to the mound goes McCauley to try to settle Jerry Salisbury down. It's a big year for the Athens native. 9 seasons at Kent. Went to the NCAA tournament 5 times, I believe. College World Series once. But this was a year where they were public about the fact that they had to do some damage. The Bulldogs have done a great deal to bargain. 33-14. RPI of 5. They're going to host a regional. 2-0 pitch. Popped up foul, first base side, heading towards the retaining wall on the hill. A couple of youngsters are over there, and they'll pick it up. 2-1 the count. But the first 3 years for Strickland down at Georgia were sub-500 years. And now, in a year that they had to have, they're having it. Some 19 games over 500 and 15-9 in the SEC. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Kent State, by the way, 20 straight years of 30 wins or more. Think about that. 20 straight years of 30 wins or more. 2-2, well outside to Riedel. He's Ball State's best hitter, and he's got 2 in scoring position here. Flew out in the first, lined out in the second. You talk about stringing years together. They've strung 2 decades together. Payoff pitch, fouled off. He swung at ball 4. It's hard to do that a couple straight years in a row, but 10 and then 20 straight years. Jeff Duncan, the head coach at Kent State, and what Scott Strickland was able to do. That is the premier program in this league. Now, Ohio, of course, has gone to more tournaments over the last couple of years than they have. They haven't gone since 2014. But they are the odds-on favorite this year. 3-2 pitch. Swinging a bouncing ball to short will bring in a run. Hafner has that. Lobs one high to first, too high, and it went through the mitt of Rote. And he tries to save it before getting into the Ball State dugout. He can't. A run already in to score, and here comes another. Powell scored first. Sebi will score on the high throw that went into the Ball State dugout. It is now 8-0 Ball State. Riedel takes second on that high throw. That's the second error in the inning. Time called. Rob Smith out to the mound. 8-0 Ball State. We're in the 4th. There is activity in Ohio's bullpen. That was a routine play, and Hafner lobbed that throw over to first. It was too high. Rote had to leap. Then it trickled into the Ball State dugout. Rote scampered over to try to save it. And Jerry Salisbury's day is done, and you got a feel for the guy that has really had to be the top of Ohio's staff. Redshirt senior from Brunswick, and it just was a tough day. On a day Ohio needed him to be really good, and it didn't work out. So he is gone from the game. We're in the 4th. Ball State 8, Ohio nothing. 60-second pause for a pitching change. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOUB. Jerry Salisbury, who just unfortunately didn't have it today. 8-0 Cardinals, 2 already in. They scored 2 in the 3rd, 4 in the 2nd. Camrata is making his 22nd appearance of the year. He's 1-0 with a 2.82 ERA. Here is Griffin Hulecki, and the first one to him misses. It's 1-0. So Camrata after Jerry Salisbury. 8-0 Ball State with the lead. Riedel on at second. From the stretch, it's Camrata and the pitch. Big swing and a miss. It's 1-1. If you're a Cardinal going up there hitting, you've got to be thinking swing for the fences almost every time. They're up 8-0. You could be real free and easy here. There have been 2 home runs already today. Brockhouse and Ricotta. I'd go up there and try to swing for one myself. Pitch misses low. It's 2-1. From Ohio's standpoint, you don't need to be a hero here. You just need to get on base. But it is going to take a Herculean effort today. Ohio down 8-0. And this could be a good or a bad thing. There's still a lot of time left in this game. 2-1 the count. Camrata from the stretch and the pitch. Belt high. Nope. Didn't get the call. 3-1. It would really help if home plate umpire Robert Reitz, with another game coming, would expand the zone a little bit. We all have things we'd like to do. 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. It's 3-2. Cardinal fans have a trip back to wherever it is that they're from. If they're from Muncie proper, if they're around Muncie, it's a 3.5-hour drive. 2.5 to the border and then an hour up. And a variety of ways to do it. Payoff pitch, Lumen outside, ball 4. Hulecki walks, runners on first and second. Here is Freed.
Now batting for the Cardinals, number 1, the second baseman,
Seth Freed from Bay City, Michigan. Relative who was passed used to have a jewelry store in Kokomo, Indiana with the last name of Freed. Freed's Jewelers. Wonder if they're related. Doubtful, but possible. There's a strike. It's 0-1. Left-handed hitter. Freed today singled and scored, lined out in the third. 8-0 Ball State. We're in the top of the 4th. Still nobody out in the inning. Camrata delivers. Fisted fly ball foul. Wide of first. Because of graduation weekend, Ball State had to stay in Gallipolis, or Gallipolis, down on the river. Sure, they enjoyed it. 0-2, fly ball foul, third base side out of play. Their broadcaster this weekend is a student, freshman, nice young man. It is not Joel Gadet who big-timed us. But I asked him initially where they stayed, and he said he wasn't sure. He said he fell asleep on the bus. He didn't know which direction they were going. 0-2 pitch, fouled off. But it did turn out that they're staying in Gallipolis. Talked to a couple of their parents yesterday, gave them some tips on where to go. And I like these people because they asked where the nearest casino was. And I said West Virginia, from Gallipolis anyway. Beautiful Mardi Gras casino where it doesn't really feel like New Orleans so much. 0-2 the count, runners on first and second. Also gave him a tip on hillbilly hot dogs in West Virginia. 0-2 pitch, fouled off to the Ball State dugout. So the West Virginia and Southeast Ohio world was their oyster yesterday as they got to the ballpark, and then no game. Then we had to wait 2 hours to get the field ready today, and that was an ordeal. 0-2 the count, runners on first and second, top of the 4th, 8-0 Cards. Here it is for Seth Freed. Misses outside, it's 1-2. And graduation weekend, commencement weekend. Bobcat alum and sports broadcasting superstar Allie LaForce delivered the commencement speech yesterday. Former Bobcat basketball player and broadcaster on the student side. Wow, her career has been outstanding. 1-2 hop foul to the on-deck circle. Last time I saw her was Final Four 2013. But just amazing what she's been able to accomplish in her career. She is a good broadcaster. And so it was probably pretty cool for her to come back and deliver the commencement speech yesterday at the Convo. 1-2 pitch to Freed. Bouncing ball wide of first, foul. I remember when she was the host of Bobcat Blitz or Bobcat Showcase, and she was doing color on the women's basketball broadcasts here, and seeing her career, how it's developed. Really amazing. 1-2 pitch. Hit on the ground through the right side, base hit. Riedel will hit third, green light on. Up with it is Klein and right. He'll throw to second. It is 9-0 Ball State on an RBI single by Seth Freed. Second hit of the day. That is RBI number 32. Stopping at second is Hulecki. Here is Colin Brockhouse. The bludgeoning continues here for Ball State. They're up 9-0. At least it's a sunny day, but it just doesn't feel like it right now. It feels pretty gloomy. Still nobody out. The Cardinals have 10 hits, and we're not out of the fourth inning yet. 9-0 Ball State. Brockhouse swings and lines it to center. In there for a base hit. Hulecki rounds second. Goes to third. He will score. Hitting third and stopping is Freed. It is 10-0 Ball State. Runners on the corners. Brockhouse and an RBI single to center. That's RBI number 35.
Now batting for the Cardinals, number 31.
That is his second single to go along with the home run. Here is John Ricotta. Activity starting in Ohio's bullpen. 10-0 Ball State. They've played a lot of close games, so for them this has to feel good that they have some breathing room. They did beat Northern Illinois 11-0 in the middle game of that series last weekend, but a lot of their games have been tight. And this is a kick-up-your-cleats sort of game. Charlie Cardinal has to be very pleased. Ricotta homered in the third, singled in the second, and scored. 10-0 Ball State. The pitch is a bouncing ball to second, should be 2. Levy to Hafner for 1, on to first, got it. Double play, run comes in to score, 11-0 Ball State. Freed scores from third. Double play, number 44 turn for Ohio this year. 2 gone, bases clear. Here is Wintner. 10 runs on 11 hits for the Cardinals. 11 runs on 11 hits. Their second 4-run inning. Line shot foul by Wintner, who is 1 for 2 today. This would be tough if this was just a single game, but there's still another game to be played today. 0-1. Misses outside from Kemrata. There are worse things to do, but calling these games solo is tough. Foul back to the screen. It is 1-2. Maybe maybe Tony Giannini's grandpa wants to come up here and call an inning or two. Nope. It's open for you. Didn't you say you always wanted to be a broadcaster? No. 1-2. Well, I'm calling this solo. I might not have a voice come innings 5, 6, or 7 in the nightcap. And speaking of nightcaps, might need somebody to sneak something in today. This is going to be a challenge for the boys on the field and for this young man in the broadcast booth. 2-2 pitch. Fly ball foul, first base side, out of play. To complicate matters here, too, Ball State's had a lot of long at-bats. It's going to start raining again at 9 o'clock tonight. I don't know if we'll be done. 2-2 the count, 2 gone. The fourth inning's going to end sometime. 11-0 Cardinals. Camrata, the kick and the pitch. Low and outside, ball 3. You know, I was pretty excited about calling yesterday's game. I don't know exactly why, but got to the ballpark yesterday and thought, all right, let's call some baseball today. Nope. Then we get to the park today, 2-hour delay. Now this, fly ball foul, first base side. A couple of kids have a chance, and they'll pick it up on a hop. But this will really zap all the positivity out of anybody, unless you're a Cardinal fan, which there are a few here. 11-0 Cards. We're in the fourth. Tony Robbins would look at that scoreboard and not be positive about it. 3-2, low and outside, ball 4. The inning continues. Rhett Whitner walks.
Now batting for the Cardinals, number 8, the third baseman, Justin Kirkpatrick.
Here is Kirkpatrick. 9-hole hitting third baseman. Singled, flew out today. 2 away in the fourth. Camrata from the stretch. And the pitch. Fly ball to center. Hit pretty well. Moving back to his left. Fabic. He'll have the play as he drifts under it. That carried out to right center, and he made the catch. Inning done, but the Cards score 5 times. 4 hits, 2 errors, and a man left. A lot of work to do for the Cats. 11-0 Ball State. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOUB. Garcia make up the middle portion of the Bobcat lineup. Hafner, Klein, and Giannini scheduled against Dre Jameson, who has struck out 6 already. 76 strikeouts on his year. Hafner walked back in the first, hits here now. 4 in the second, 2 in the third, 5 in the fourth. Here is Hafner in the pitch. That's high, and did that actually hit the home plate umpire? It might have. That went through the glove of the catcher, Sebi, and the home plate umpire was hit. He takes his mask off and walks out to the mound, picks up the ball, and hands it to the pitcher, Jameson. And I think that he's just trying to collect himself. Robert Reitz goes back behind the plate. Not easy. He took a shot to the face. 1-0 the count. And for a home plate umpire, regardless of score, got to have a whole lot of focus for a long game. 1-0, that's high too, 2-0. The Cardinals are 7 for 15 with runners on base, 5 for 10 with runners in scoring position. That is awesome. 2-0, low, it's 3-0. Jamison had to sit for a while on that Ball State bench, so that 5-run fourth inning might have actually done some harm to him. 3-0 pitch. That's a strike in the inside edge. It is 3-1. I say that half joking, but half serious. I mean, it was a long fourth inning, and Jamison has been in a groove. 3-1. Fouled back to the screen. Now, he can recapture his role with his 7th strikeout of the day. It's possible. Hafner leans out over the plate. No batting gloves, wrist tape, 3-2, swing and a miss, strike 3, and there it is. Strikeout number 7. That is 21 strikeouts for the Bobcats in this series. 21 strikeouts in this series in a game and not even a half. Here's Michael Klein. He singled in the first. Ohio's cleanup hitter hits .217. 1 gone, bases clear, bottom of the 4th, and the pitch misses low and outside. From Jamison, it's 1-0. Ohio had 7 hits the other night, out-hit the Cardinals 7-5, but lost 4-1. 1-0, popped up foul. Well beyond the stands and out of play. Got to keep playing, though. Not going to quit. 1-1. Low, it's 2-1. But this is, from a Bobcat standpoint, your worst nightmare. A huge day, and you're down by 11. 2-1, misses inside, it's 3-1. That is off of the elbow guard of Klein, hit by a pitch. Had to look to see where it was actually hit. Klein was hit by the pitch, and Ohio gets a 1-out base runner here in the 4th. 11-0 Cardinals. Here's Tony Giannini. Giannini hits with a runner at first, and the pitch misses outside. It's 1-0. Talked to some of the guys in the dugout today and asked them about their groundskeeping experience. They put in some work today. 1-0 pitch. There's a pop-up. This is into shallow center. Coming in is Brockhouse, moving back on the short outfield grass. Very short grass is Powell, and he makes the catch, their shortstop. 2 gone here. We're in the bottom of the 4th. 11-0 Ball State. Here's Devin Garcia. Klein on at first. Garcia struck out back in the 2nd. Jamison has 7 of those. First one's a strike. Fastball on the outside black. It's 0-1. Ohio's looking for its 2nd hit. Garcia waits, takes inside. Pretty impressive strikeout total for Ball State, obviously. Top 2 guys. The other night, John Baker had 8 of them. 1-1, high, backside throw to first. Klein gets in with a head-first dive. This is a staff, collectively, Ball State, that was in the bottom 3rd in the league. Swing and a miss. Despite the high strikeout total, Ball State's staff ERA coming in was 5, but they had more strikeouts than anybody. Northern Illinois, Toledo, and BG below them, but right now, this looks like a big league rotation by comparison. 2-2 fly ball foul down the right field line. Ball State has the Bobcat bats baffled. 2-2 the count, 2 gone. Runner at first. 11-0 Cardinals. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Garcia waits. And a swing and a miss. Strike 3. 8 strikeouts today. 22 in the series for the Cardinals. Klein left stranded. We're through 4. 11-0 Ball State. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WEB. That has to feel pretty good. Jasek making his 16th appearance. He's 1-0 with a 2.03 ERA. 13 1/3 innings of work, 11 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, 9 walks, 11 strikeouts. And the first one is a strike call to the right-handed hitting Noah Powell. Powell 1 for 3 today, new average at .312. He's their shortstop in the 0-1 pitch. Check swing, it was low and outside, it's 1-1. Saw a picture on Twitter yesterday, a Logan at graduation. Next one misses high. It is 2-1. Some of the Bobcats were able to get through graduation ceremony yesterday with the afternoon game. 2-1, foul tipped, 2-2. There was a 9 o'clock commencement and then 2 o'clock. Tough finding a parking spot yesterday, but didn't need it for long. Got a real good one and was tempted just to sit in there in the car for a while because it was so good. 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Looked like a slider. That was outside. Strikeout number 12 of Logan Jasek's season. 1 gone, top of the 5th, bases clear. 11-0 Cardinals. Here is Chase Sebi, their catcher. Sebi walked, was hit by a pitch, singled and scored in the 4th. This is his 4th plate appearance of the day, and we're in the 5th inning. Jasek fires low and outside. 1-0. Give you scores from around the rest of the MAC here. 2-0 the count. Bright sunshine here at Bob Wren. 2-0, strike, it's 2-1. Kent State going to complete the sweep on Bowling Green. 8-1, bottom of the 8th. 2-1 goes to 3-1 now on a pitch in the dirt. Kent State's going to improve to 16-5 in the MAC. And 31-13 overall. 3-1 pitch is high. It's ball 4. That is a 1-out walk. Here is Jeff Riedel, who is 0 for 3 today. This is the amazing thing about baseball. They have 11 hits. Riedel is their best hitter at .353. He's the reigning MAC Player of the Week, and Riedel doesn't have a hit. So they've done all this damage without Riedel getting a base hit. He and Hulecki are combined 0 for 5, but they're up 11-0. Pitch misses high and wide. It's 1-0. So Bowling Green is not going to qualify for the MAC tournament again. They're at 5-13, soon to be 5-14. Northern Illinois leads Toledo 8-4 in DeKalb, trying to salvage a game in that series. Top of the 8th inning. Line drive right center field. Klein on the run, makes the catch to his right. Head high catch. Back to first goes Sebi. 2 gone, runner at first, top of the 5th, 11-0 Cardinals. Here is Griffin Hulecki. So it appears Northern Illinois and Bowling Green will be out of the MAC tournament again. Both did not qualify last year. And Ohio is in definite danger. There's a strike to Hulecki. It's 0-1. Central Michigan leads Eastern Michigan 8-3. The Chippewas trying to salvage a game in that series. That's in the top of the 7th inning on the Mid-Michigan Mount. 0-1, well outside, 1-1. Miami leads Western Michigan 2-0, bottom of the 8th inning. That's in Kalamazoo. Redhawks trying to go 13-8 in the league. 1-1 the count. Runner at first, 2 gone. Check swing. Did he go around? No. 2-1. You are up to date as far as scores go in the MAC. 2-1 the count here on Hulecki. That dropped just low. 3-1. Hulecki trying to improve his hitting streak to 14 games. 0 for 2 today with a walk. 3-1 strike. It's 3-2. Ball State is 7 for 16 with runners on today. Runner breaks, bouncing ball toward short. Hafner to his left, sucks it up, spins, throws low to first, dug out by Rote, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left. We played 4.5, 11-0 Cardinals. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WEB. Ryan's back in our WOUB studios. It will be a long one today. This is just game 1 of 2. Ohio has a whole lot of work to do against Dre Jamison and the Ball State Cardinals. Ohio down 11-0. It is McCauley, Fabic, and Levy scheduled here against Jamison, who has allowed just 1 hit. He's walked 1. He struck out 8. Bottom of the 5th in the pitch. First pitch swinging, pop up, foul down the line and right. Long run for Riedel, but runs out of room. It's in the Ball State bullpen, which hasn't had a whole lot of activity. John Baker went 4 innings in the opener, and the only reason why he left the game was because of that 2-hour rain delay. But Nick Floyd came in and struck out 6. He got the win. 0-1, check swing, went around, 0-2. McCauley today struck out in the 2nd. Ohio in danger of striking out for the 23rd time in the series, and that fastball just missed outside. It's 1-2. The Cats entered today 8th in the MAC. 1-2 pitch. Fly ball foul, first base side, out of the park. Kent State's the 1, Miami the 2, Ball State the 3, Eastern Michigan the 4 as it stands right now before finals today. 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. That's 9. Wow. That's 23 in the series. Here's Sebastian Fabic. Fabic struck out looking in the 2nd. Right-handed batter, and there's a pitch. There's a strike. It is 0-1. The 5 in the league right now would be Central Michigan. The 6 would be Western Michigan, and that's the cut. Toledo, Ohio, Bowling Green, and Northern Illinois would be on the outside looking in if the conference tournament were to start today. 1-1, breaking ball low. It is 2-1. Jamison and John Baker, 2 of the top 4 in strikeouts in the MAC, and adding to it this weekend. 2-1, hit pretty well to center field. Moving back on it, warning track to the wall, and that ball's off the top of the wall. Cruising into second and trying for 3 is Fabic as it ricocheted away from Brockhouse, and he'll have a stand-up triple. That's his first. Sebastian Fabic's first triple. That was about 3 feet away from getting out of here. That was at the top of the right center field wall. Triple number 9 for the ball club. Put a charge into it. Brockhouse couldn't make the play, just looked up, and that slapped off the wall with enough force that it trickled back towards the infield. And that allowed Fabic to not break stride as he went around second. Here's Aaron Levy. Struck out in the 3rd. Ohio's 90 feet away from their first run of the game. And Jamison misses up high. That's just the 2nd hit of the contest for Ohio. Ohio does have 2 errors. They've been out hit today, 11-2. And the pitch, nubbed at the plate, foul. 1-1. 1 gone, bottom of the 5th. Ohio down 11-0. Bright sunshine, just some puffy clouds overhead. 1-1 outside, 2-1. Rain for the last 2 days here. Rain coming maybe later tonight, but much later. 2-1 pitch to Levy. Low, 3-1. You can't come back from down 11-0 without the first run. That would be step 1. A lot of steps to follow. 3-1, swing and a miss. 3-2. The tough thing about all this would be the fact that you have the rest of the doubleheader to come. You cannot get down, even though emotionally you feel down. Pitch misses low and outside. That's ball 4. That's a walk. That is the second on the day. Safe trip. Here's Rudy Rote. So Ohio is 2 aboard here with 1 gone. Bottom of the 5th inning, 11-0 Ball State with the lead, and Rudy Rote has a chance. Struck out in the first, flew out in the third. Ball State has a couple of home runs today. Maybe Rudy Rote can follow suit. Has 10 home runs on the year. 11-0 Cardinals. Rote's new average at .363. Jamison from the stretch hasn't been there much today, and the pitch has popped up. This is into shallow left near the line. Moving back is Kirkpatrick, and that ball drops in. He tumbled down. Scoring from third is Fabic. Levy up to second. There is a beam that is in my way beyond the third base bag as you're looking at it from our broadcast booth. And I saw Kirkpatrick fall down, and he couldn't make the play. I don't know if the ball actually hit his glove or not from my vantage point, but that's a hit. Rote on, 11-1. Hallelujah, Ohio has a run. 1 gone, bottom of the 5th. Here is Tanner Picnic. Runners on first and second here, and 1 gone in the bottom of the 5th. Picnic does have 6 home runs this year. New average at .295. First and second, 1 away, and the pitch. Slider for a strike. It is 0-1. Easier said than done, that you got to keep playing. But that's what they have to do. Still more innings to go. Down by 10, and the pitch. Fisted back to the screen, foul. It is 0-2. 1 gone here, bottom of the 5th, and Ohio scores for the first time. That is the second run in the series. They're outscored now 15-2. Right on right here is Jamison, has 9 strikeouts. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Strike 3 called. That's strikeout number 10. That's strikeout number 24 for the Bobcats in the series. Here is Trevor Hafner. Walked in the first, struck out in the 4th, hits here now in the 5th. 2 gone, runners on first and second. Swing and a miss. Owen won the count with 2 away in the last of the 5th. Jamison from the stretch and the pitch. There's a strike and a breaking ball. It's 0-2. So Ohio gets a run here. Jamison has 10 strikeouts, looking for 11 to match Ball State's run total. Hafner waits for Jamison. Fly ball foul, first base side out of play. Two gone here in the home half of the 5th. 2 aboard. Levy at second, Rote at first. From the stretch, it is Jamison. And the pitch. High. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch, well outside, 2-2. Jamison from the stretch and the pitch. Fouled back to the screen. Do it again at 2-2. Ohio out hit 11-3. 2 defensive errors. Two and two, the count, 2 gone. Bottom of the 5th. Jamison from the stretch for Ohio's shortstop Trevor Hafner. Now comes set. And the pitch. Low, 3-2. Dre Jamison from Greenfield, Indiana. Trying to strike out 11 Cats through 5 innings. Payoff pitch. Runners will be off. There they go. Swinging a pop-up. On the infield. Now the second baseman, Freed, will shield his eyes with his glove, and he makes the catch. And the inning's done. But Ohio scores. Run on 2 hits. No errors, 2 left. We played 5, 11-1 Ball State. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOUB. Here is Seth Freed. Freed, Brockhouse, and Ricotta scheduled. Combined today, that threesome is 7 for 9. 2 singles for Freed, left-handed batter. So Derek Carr on now for the Cats, making his 13th appearance, 1-1 with a 3.25 ERA. Left on left to start. Ball State first pitch swinging, popped it up, back of home and out of play. It is 0-1. There is a no-hitter working in Major League Baseball right now. Big game James Shields. And the White Sox lead the Twins 2-0. That's on the south side. That's in the bottom of the 6th. Now going to the 7th inning. The Twins have had a tough year. The White Sox too. Combined, they are 21-39. White Sox have 9 wins. But James Shields has a no-no going into the 7th at Comiskey Park. 0-2, misses high. It's 1-2. Now, I know it's guaranteed rate field, and it used to be U.S. Cellular, but anybody from Chicago still refers to it as Comiskey Park. 1-2 pitch coming. Misses low and inside. I was at Mark Burley's perfect game now several years ago against the Rays. 2-2. Hopper to the right side, off the bag, wrote well off the bag, and Carr couldn't cover in time on the underhand toss. So Freed is aboard with an infield hit. That's the 12th on the day for Ball State, the 3rd for Freed. Here is Colin Brockhouse. Talked about this before on the air, but being at Mark Burley's perfect game was almost like a religious experience. Knew early on that Burley had a chance. I was in the front row, first base side, in the outfield, down that first base and right field line. And I knew early on that Burley had the stuff. Line smashed through the left side hole, base hit for Brockhouse. That's his 4th hit of the day. That's 3 singles. He has a homer. First and second, the runners, nobody gone. Top of the 6th, 11-1 Ball State.
Number 31, the first baseman, John Ricotta.
They were playing the Rays. It was at the end of the summer. Remember, it was before coming back to Southeast Ohio for another year here. And a buddy of mine was running late to the game. He had meetings that he had to tend to, but I remember texting him saying that Burley had the stuff to be no-hitter good that day. Little did we know there'd be a perfecto. Ricotta is 2 for 3 today, pops one out. First base side out of play. Dwayne Wise had a catch there against the wall in the later stages of that perfect game where when the ball was in flight, everyone's heart just dropped and no one really could say a word. There was a hush over the crowd, and then Wise went back to the wall and made the catch with his glove peeking out over the wall. And he made the catch to preserve the perfecto at that time. That was one of the more amazing catches I've ever seen live in my life. 0-1 outside, it's 1-1. But regardless of the team, now my father's a White Sox fan. I didn't grow up as a Sox fan, but I don't mind them doing well. But you had to pull for that perfecto. That was just an amazing thing, and it happened so quickly. It was a Mark Burley 2-hour pitch game. 1-1 is nub foul. But as that was going along, Ken Harrelson, Hawk Harrelson, the TV announcer for the Sox, who only does Sunday games, so he must be on the call today, did mention that the perfecto was happening. The broadcaster jinx does not exist, and not talking about a no-hitter or a perfect game is just ridiculous because it happened anyway and everybody was talking about it. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. The 1-2 misses high. 2-2 the count to John Ricotta, their 7-hole hitting first baseman. Runners on first and second here for the Cards. I would assume many Ball State students or fans might be White Sox fans. They pull in students from the region, Northwest Indiana. 2-2 pitch coming. That's high and wide. 3-2. Brian Dozier did walk to start off the top of the 7th inning for the Twins. No hitter still intact. 2-0 White Sox there. 3-2 pitch coming from Derek Carr to John Ricotta. High and wide, ball 4, bases loaded. Nobody gone in the 6th, 11-1, Ball State with the lead. New baseball is being delivered to the home plate umpire. We talk about this a lot. This is a topic of conversation a lot about do you mention a no-hitter or not. When Connor sits through one in the MAC tournament against Bowling Green, we started talking about it, that they had no hits through 5, and kept on saying it as the game went along. Whatever they do in that dugout is amongst them. But what we do in the broadcast booth is removed from that. Too many storylines, too many great things to talk about. Here's Wintner, and he pops one up. This is foul ground. This is off of first. Rote looks way up in the sky, makes the catch. Infield fly rule on. Made the catch. First out of the inning. Bases remain loaded. Wintner pops out.
For the Cardinals, number 8, the third baseman, Justin Kirkpatrick.
Here's Justin Kirkpatrick, who is 1 for 3 today. There was a no-hitter, a combined no-no thrown by the Dodgers the other night. That was the first no-hitter in baseball this year. A combined no-hitter. That was down in Mexico as they beat the Padres. First pitch swinging, Kirkpatrick pops it up shallow right near the line. Klein coming in, Levy going out, makes the catch as he straddles the line. He was in fair ground. 2 gone, bases remain loaded here. And it would be a mini victory if Carr could get out of this bases loaded jam without allowing a run. But that was the same night as Albert Pujols hit his 3,000th in Seattle. And the Los Angeles paper did a great job with it. Top headline was 3,000 hits, exclamation point. And then the sub-headline below it, under the fold, was no hits, exclamation point. So that's about as far from the spectrum on one end to the other as you could get. Pujols, who had 3,000 hits, and the Dodgers had a combined no-hitter. No hits. Want to know the count on Noah Powell, their shortstop. Bases loaded. He is 1 for 3 today. 2 gone here in the top of the 6th, 11-1 Ball State. Pitch misses low and inside. It's 2-0. 1 gone here in the top of the 7th for the White Sox. James Shields still with the no-no working. It's amazing to see Albert Pujols have his 3,000 hit. I saw him in Class A ball as a Peoria Chief. 2-0 pitch. Up and in. 3-0 the count. You could tell early on, even in A ball, that Pujols was going to be pretty good. Remember seeing him in Beloit, Wisconsin. Saw a lot of guys go through the Midwest League. Alex Rodriguez included. 3-0 high, ball 4, brings in a run, bases loaded walk, 12-1 Ball State. Powell with the easiest RBI he'll have all year. That's his 24th.
Now batting for the Cardinals, number 20, the catcher, Chase Sebi.
Here's Chase Sebi. Walk, hit by a pitch, singled, and walked. Wonder how many times in Chase Sebi's career, on any level, he's had a line like that. You don't see that often. No hitter has just been broken up. Single for the Twins. That's too bad. Eduardo Escobar with the single for the Twins. They have runners on the corners now as the White Sox lead at 2-0 in the top of the 7th. So no on the south side of Chicago today. 1-0 the count, 2 gone. Runners on every base for Ball State here as they're up 12-1. Pitch misses low and inside. 2-0 the count. Royals lead the Tigers today 4-1. That's in the 7th inning. That's at Kauffman. Jacob Junis on the mound for the Royals. He's a good young pitcher for a Royals ball club that's in flux. Moustakas and Salvador Perez and Alex Gordon, the last men standing from their World Series runs. 2-0 pitch, top towards third, foul. It is 2-1. 2 gone here, bases loaded, 12-1, Ball State with the lead. They have scored in all but the 1st and 5th innings today. My Brewers trail the Pirates now 6-0. This is really an awful day. 2-1. Strike on the outside edge. It's 2-2. I mean, come on. Give me a break. I'm broadcasting a doubleheader solo. The Bobcats are down 12-1, and I look up the score as the Brewers are down 6-0. 2-2. Fisted fly ball back a second. It's going to drop. It's a base hit. It's going to score. 2 runs, maybe. 1 scores. Throw to the plate, not cut off. Tag applied. Ricotta's out. Brockhouse scores. Ricotta's gunned down 9-2. And mercifully, this inning ends, but Ball State adds another. 13-1 Cardinals as we go to the bottom of the 6th. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOUB. if there was a way to have an audio version of the game tracker somehow being spit out, so whatever is being said on the game tracker, the words of it, if I could set up a cord to a computer to play that for you over the air, I would do it, and then I would leave. But as it stands right now, that technology is not available, so I've got to be here. 13-1 Ball State, bottom of the sixth. First pitch to Michael Klein, misses low and outside. It's 1-0. 13-14-0 for the Cards. 1-3-2 for Ohio. Pop-up, shallow center, and moving back on it, the Cardinals' second baseman makes the catch. For out number one, Klein pops out to Seth Freed. Here's Tony Giannini. Dre Jamison is back out there. 10 strikeouts today. Ohio has struck out 24 times in the series. The Pirates keep scoring 7-0. They lead the Brewers in the sixth. This is one of the worst Sundays ever. Foul back to the screen. It would be awesome if Tony Giannini could hit a 13-run home run right now. But I don't think old Abner allows that. 0-1, fouled off at the plate. It is 0-2. His grandparents must love him a lot because they're still here. That or the flight isn't until tomorrow. 0-2, hit him on the shoulder. He's all right. He'll run down to first. They're in from Big Sky Country, Montana, and Giannini draws a free pass as he's hit by a pitch. Here's Devin Garcia. One gone, runner at first. Bottom of the sixth, 13-1 Ball State with the lead. Here is Garcia, who is 0 for 2 today. Struck out twice. Indians lead the Yankees 4-3. That's in the bottom of the ninth in the Bronx. All the scoring was in the eighth inning. The Indians scored 4 in the top half. The Yankees answered with 3. They're in the bottom of the ninth now. Throw to first, and Giannini is picked off. He doesn't believe so. It was a headfirst dive back to the base, but unfortunately, that is appropriate for today. 2 gone, bases clear, bottom of the sixth, 13-1 Cardinals. And just about most things that could go wrong have gone wrong today. Here it is for Garcia, swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Wow. 0-1 from Jamison. Breaking ball strike. It is 0-2. It would be fitting if there's going to be an out here that it would be a strikeout. Jamison's looking for his 11th. Garcia trying to keep the inning going. The 0-2, there it is. Strike 3 on a breaking ball in the dirt. And Sebi throws to the first baseman, Ricotta, to complete the K, and that's 11. And Ball State keeps on doing what they're doing. 13-1. We go to the 7th. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOUB. Camrata and Salisbury we've seen. Riedel flew out, lined out, reached on an air and scored, and flew out in 1, 2, 4, and 5. And he smacks one to center and in for a base hit. That's the 14th hit of the day, 15th hit of the day for Ball State.
Now batting for the Cardinals, number 13.
That is 20 in this series. They have out-hit Ohio 20-10. They have outscored Ohio 17-2. Here is Griffin Hulecki, who is 0 for 3 today. So Riedel improves his hitting streak to 14 games now. Hulecki trying to do the same thing, and that one misses high. It is 1-0. Sunshine, a couple of wispy clouds overhead. Temperatures in the low 70s. 1-0. Pop-up foul, back at home, out of play. This is, from a weather standpoint, pretty perfect. From a scoreboard standpoint, less than perfect. 1-1 to count. On Griffin Hulecki, their left fielder. Right-handed hitter. Carr from the stretch and the pitch. Misses high and wide. 2-1. It is Garcia, Fabic, and Klein in the outfield left to right. Infield, Giannini, Hafner, Levy, Rote left to right. Battery of Carr and Dan McCauley. 2-1. High, 3-1. Just after 4 o'clock, the Eastern Time Zone. You're listening to Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOUB. Athens, Ohio. 3-1 pitch coming. Fly ball, center field, hit pretty well, but Fabic's under it. Drifts to his left, shields his eyes with his glove from the sun, makes the catch. Back to first on the play is Riedel. One gone, runner at first, top of the 7th, 13-1 Cards.
The second baseman, Seth Freed.
Here's Seth Freed. Phillies lead the Nationals today 3-1 despite Max Scherzer striking out 15. They're going to the 8th in our nation's capital. Fly ball to center. Fabic has this pegged. Again, shields his eyes with his glove. Lost it for a moment. Comes in, makes the catch. 2 gone. Back to first goes Riedel. Freed flies out. Here is Colin Brockhouse, who has offensively rocked the house today. 3 singles and a home run. 2 gone, runner at first, 13-1 Cards. Not only is the no-hitter gone for the White Sox now, the lead is 2. The Twins have put up 3 runs. 3-2 Twins, top of the 7th. Man, it's been a rough year for Chicago, and the year just started. Long way to go. This is the start of May. First one's high from Carr to Colin Brockhouse. It's 1-0. Talk about a deflator. Your pitcher has a no-hitter through 6, and then you give up the lead. 1-0 popped up, straight up the chute. It's on the infield. Second baseman Levy on the short outfield grass. Now he'll make the catch, head high with 2 hands. Inning done. Time to stretch if you haven't already. 13-1 Ball State. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOUB. Bottom of the 7th inning is on. 13-1 Cardinals. Here's Dre Jamison. I've already dipped into my oatmeal chocolate chip Quest bar. It's very good. 20 grams of protein. Dan McCauley to lead it off. 1-1 the count. Cy Young Jamison has struck out 11 and walked 2. Allowed 3 hits and 1 run. This is popped up foul. McCauley struck out twice. Reds and Marlins just underway in Cincinnati. Is that a 4 o'clock start there? Bouncing ball toward short. To his right is Powell. Sucks it up, throws to first, and it's not dug out by Ricotta. McCauley hit it hard. And it was a low throw that Ricotta nearly dug out, but didn't. And it is a base hit. First one of the day for McCauley. That is the 4th for the Bobcats. Here is Sebastian Fabic, who struck out looking in the 2nd and tripled and scored in the 5th. That nearly was a home run. Ohio out hit now 5-4. Now outscored by 12. And the pitch. 0-1 the count. Tough day for all involved. That's for sure. From the stretch, it is Jamison. Bottom of the 7th, 13-1 Ball State. Big swing and a miss. 0-2. Cardinals going to improve to 12-8 in MAC play. And 25-20 overall. Barring some form of unreal comeback. Pitch misses low. But it's called strike 3. That is another strikeout. That's the 12th. Fabic goes down. And again, when you strike out this many times, your wiggle room on arguments is very minimal. But a lot of frustration will come out that way, that's to be sure. Here's Aaron Levy. He struck out in the 3rd, walked in the 5th. Bats here now in the 7th with Ohio down by 12 and a runner at first. First one's out of the zone. It's 1-0. And the pitch. That's outside. 2-0. Hopefully you'll hang with us for game number 2. But if you don't, I'll understand. 2-0, breaking ball. In there for a strike, it's 2-1. I mean, it is a Sunday. You might need to head to Bed Bath & Beyond or Home Depot or whatever it is you do on a Sunday. Or just go to bed and say that's it. 2-1, fly ball center field. Brockhouse comes in. He's got it pegged, and he makes the catch for out number 2. Here is Rudy Rote back to the top of the lineup. Struck out in the 1st, flew out in the 3rd, singled in the 5th. Four runs for Ball State in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, 5 in the 4th, 2 in the 6th. Ohio's lone run came in the 5th inning. 2 gone, runner at first, bottom of the 7th, Cards up 12, and Rudy Rote bats. Smacks one foul, wide of first. Some of you might be moving on to more exciting opportunities in the rest of your Sunday. Unfortunately, this is the best that I got. So when this thing's done, I'm just going to go to bed. Good night and good luck. I'm not even going to talk to you next weekend. Who knows? 0-1 pitch. That's low. I might head to California and never come back. It is a wedding, of course, so there might be some girls there that want to be married at some point. You never know. I might be hoping for too much. Might just be a very expensive trip to Napa. I sure do. 1-1. It is 2-1. Now, I'm not even going to be choosy on who it's from now. My mother is 8 hours away. Now, if I asked her to head out here for a hug, she probably would. That's the type of person she is. I should probably meet her halfway, maybe in Muncie. Foul back to the screen. It is 2-2. Indianapolis actually is halfway from here to beautiful DeKalb, Illinois. Just outside of DeKalb, where my parents are. And there are few people between here and there that would offer up a hug. That's 8 hours of hugless road. 2-2 the count. 2 gone. Runner at first in the pitch. That's 3-2 actually. That did nick him on his pants, I think. Hit by a pitch. So runners on first and second now. Here is Tanner Picnic. Time call. Point. This is a chance for him to figure it out. He lost his cap on the follow-through of a pitch that is a strike. It is 0-2. Long hair for Marquardt. Looks like a small forward on the Ball State men's basketball team. 0-2 the count with 2 away, and the pitch. High. It's 1-2. He hails from Middle Michigan. That's where the Midland, Michigan Loons play. They're the A-ball team of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Play at Dow Diamond. 1-2, misses inside. They thought it was strike 3. Instead, it's 2-2. Ohio's seen Marquardt before. The last 3 years that Ohio and Ball State have played, all have been in Muncie. 2-2, check swing. Did he go around? No. On a pitch in the dirt, it's 3-2. So it's been a while since Ball State has been here. We've been there for some wind-swept series. Wind blowing out, some boxcar numbers. We've been there when it's snowing, too. Payoff pitch, runners go, swing and a miss, strike 3. Marquardt's 39th strikeout of the year. That's 13 in this game for the Cards. That's 27 in this series for Ohio. Bobcats strand 2. We're through 7, 13-1 Ball State. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOUB. Said it's up towards the thumb, and that would be inaccurate. I mean, you got to go a little further up to be considered in the thumb, but it is along the Canadian border, Port Huron, northeast of Detroit, up on I-94. Got to get up to Bad Axe. We're up in there to really be in the middle of the thumb. Pop-up, foul ground, first base side for John Ricotta near the Ball State dugout. It drops in there. 1-1 the count. Never been up to Port Huron. Never been up to Bad Axe. Never been to Lapeer. But there's a border crossing right there at Port Huron. Cross to Sarnia, Ontario. There's a bridge over the St. Clair River. Line drive, left center field, could get into the gap. It's cut off by Garcia. It's a single. It's Ball State's 16th hit of the day. John Ricotta's 3rd hit of the afternoon. Here is Rhett Wintner. He's the DH. 13-1 Cardinals. We're in the top of the 8th. Game 1 of this doubleheader. There's only one Cardinal that doesn't have a hit, and that's their cleanup hitter, Hulecki. Everybody else has a base hit. That's the amazing juxtaposition of baseball. Your team could be just lights out, and you might have a tough day offensively. Hopper foul, first base bag. Rote fielded it, but in foul ground, it is 0-1. I mean, that's the amazing thing about it. You can have, as a team, 13 runs, 100 hits, whatever else, but you might be 0 for 4. Maybe something on your day just isn't working, but everybody else's is. By comparison, not much working for the Cats and everything working for the Cardinals today. Manis delivers. There's a strike on the inside edge, and he really could locate that fastball on the inner third. He's done a good job with that this year. Like his potential out of the Bobcat pen. Freshman. 0-2, swing and a miss. Strike 3. Well done by Manis. That's strikeout number 15 of his season, the first on the day for Brett. One gone, runner at first. Here is Justin Kirkpatrick. Their third baseman is 1 for 4. Single, fly out, pop out. One gone, runner at first. That's Ricotta in the top of the 8th. There's a fly ball to right. Hit pretty well. Klein going back will settle in front of the track, just to the right of the 380 marker, and he makes the catch. 2 away. Kirkpatrick flies out. He hit his second homer of the season against Ohio State midweek. Back topside to Noah Powell. The Cardinals have been close before to winning a MAC title in this recent run of years. Last NCAA tournament appearance was 06. They've had some good teams after that, but they just haven't had the big win to allow them to dance again. If pitching is any indication, they've got the arms to be able to get through Avon. Powell takes a strike. It is 1-1. And that's really so important. Sounds like an obvious thing, but if you've got guys that could throw strikeouts, particularly this year when strikeouts are up, you've got a chance to mosey on through the bracket, swing and a miss. It's 1-2. 2 gone, runner at first, top of the 8th, 13-1 Ohio trails. Bobcats beat Ball State in the 15 championship game. They looked really tight that day. Ohio was as loose as anything, and they were able to get the win. 1-2 pitch coming. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Nice inning by Manis, and you can have one of those when your team's getting blown out. That's 2 strikeouts, and to the Bobcats' credit, they come out of the dugout to greet their freshman arm out of the pen. Did a nice job in the 8th inning. 13-1 Ball State. We go to the bottom of the 8th. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOEB. Trails by 12. Hafner, Klein, and Giannini against Evan Marquardt, who throws a strike in there. It's 0-1. Fly ball foul, first base side out of play. Give you a check of max scores as we go along here in the 8th. Bouncing ball through the left side hole, base hit. Like the little engine that could, it chugged down through the 5-6 hole. And a base hit for the Bobcats. Here's Michael Klein. So a single for Hafner, that is hit number 5 on the day for Ohio. Here's Michael Klein. And actually, we'll get a pinch hitter here. Ryan Sargent will bat. Redshirt sophomore out of Algonquin, Illinois, 6 foot, 185. Where's number 20? Ryan Sargent will bat here. Sargent on the season is a .243 hitter. He started 38 games, played in 41, 33 for 136 as a hitter. 2 home runs, 21 runs batted in. Takes one high from Marquardt. It's 1-0. So Sargent pinch hitting for Klein in the 4 spot here. Runner on at first, bottom of the 8th. 13-1 Ball State. The pitch hopped in, knocked down by Hulecki, but it ricochets to the right. Wild pitch, up to second goes Hafner. Round the rest of the league. Central Michigan did win over Eastern Michigan 12-3. 12 runs on 12 hits, so Central staves off the sweep in their own ballpark. Eastern's played pretty well this year. 2-0, low and outside, 3-0 the count. Miami wins in Kalamazoo, 3-1 the final. Man, I could really use a Sweetwater's donut right now. Kent State sweeps Bowling Green, not a shocker, 8-1 KSU with the win. Ball 4 here as Sargent draws a free pass. Here's Tony Giannini. Hafner to second, Sargent at first. Evan Marquardt, back of today's starter, Dre Jameson, who did an outstanding job. Giannini flew out, popped out, hit by a pitch. Out of Carmel, Indiana, Tony Giannini. And the pitch. Low and inside. It's 1-0. One-0 pitch from Marquardt. Pumped in low. That was over, but low. 2-0 is the count. Ohio is 2 for 10 today with runners on base. 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position. Strike from Marquardt. It's 2-1. Right on right here in the 8th, and the pitch hit on the ground foul. Wide to third, had some pace to it. That 4 spot in the second inning, had a bad feeling then. But then Ball State added 2 in the 3rd, 5 in the 4th, 2 in the 6th. 16 hits. They've left 9. They've scored 13. Marquardt can't hook up with his catcher Hulecki, who is catching now. Sebi out of the game. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Tried to check it up. Here's strike 3. First out of the inning. Second strikeout for Marquardt. That's That's what, 14 on the day? That's 28 in the series. Jack Longo will pinch hit now for Devin Garcia. 5'11", and 168, and a sophomore from Mayfield. Lee and Mitch Longo's brother. So Lee Longo will make his first appearance in this series. Wears 10. Longo is 1 for 3 batting this year. This is his 10th game. Hits on the right side, open stance, kind of leans out over the plate. And the pitch. Check swing, went around, it's 0-1. We'll give you his brother's updated numbers coming up in Game 2 today, but he's had a good couple of weeks. Mitch Longo has. 0-1 pitch, low and inside. 1-1 the count. One gone, last of the 8th, 13-1 Ball State. Runners on first and second here for Jack Longo. Next one from Marquardt. Breaking ball back into the zone. It's a strike. It's 1-2. One gone here. Longo waits. And time called. Mitch currently playing in the Carolina League with the Lynchburg Hillcats, Indians organization, hitting .316. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Longo goes down on strikes on a pitch that was up and away. 2 gone here in the bottom of the 8th. Here's Tanner Picnic. Sorry, Dan McCauley. McCauley 1 for 3 today, struck out twice, singled. Hafner on at second, Sargent at first. McCauley's new average at .208. Swing and a miss. Wow. Just the amount of strikeouts. Just an avalanche of strikeouts. Next one misses outside. 1-1 the count. 3 for Marquardt, 41 on his year. It's pretty hard to score runs if you can't put the ball in play. 1-1 the count, 2 gone, last of the 8th. Ohio down 12. That sweeps outside from Marquardt. It's 2-1. Ball State looking for their 48th win in the all-time series, beating 112 all-time. 2-1 pitch, instead time called at the plate by McCauley. Little dust in his eye. Probably about 25-minute break in between games, and then the 9-inning nightcap. As it appears, Ohio will be looking to salvage a game in the series. 2-1, hit on the ground to short. That's a ball in play. Powell throws to second, the short way to gun down Sargent, and the force out completes Ohio's efforts in the 8th inning. No runs a hit, no errors, 2 left. We played 8, 13-1 Ball State. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOUB. In 38 2/3 innings of work. 40 hits, 26 runs, 22 earned, 17 walks, 37 strikeouts. Zach Milam will lead it off for Ball State. New left fielder, 157 hitter. Left on left here to start the ninth. And the pitch is a little bit outside. It's 1-0. Longo stays in the ballgame and plays in left. And that's the only defensive change that we can see. Nope, Sargent's in right. So it is Longo, Fabic, Sargent, outfield left to right. Giannini, Hafner, Levy, and Rote infield. Barrett and McCauley, the battery, and this is fouled back. It is 1-1. Pitch misses low and inside. 2-1 the count. Foul ball out of play. It's 2-2. Two and two the count. Baird from the stretch and the pitch. Low, it's ball three. On Milam. Payoff pitch. Strike three called. Milam didn't like that. Wheels around and goes to the Ball State dugout. One gone here in the ninth with the Cardinals on top 13-1.
For the Cardinals, number 4, the right fielder, Jeff Riedel.
Here's Jeff Riedel, 1 for 5 today. Continues his hitting streak to 14 games. Lucky on deck is in danger of having his end at 13. Baird from the stretch and the pitch. Breaking ball misses high. It's 1-0. Next one well outside. 2-0 the count. Ohio's lone run today came in the 5th. Ball State hasn't scored since the 6th, but it hasn't mattered much. They're up by a dozen. Baird from the stretch, the kick, and the 2-0. Swing and a miss. 2-1. Baird for Riedel, fouled off. 2-2. One away here in the ninth. It's been a long day, and it will continue to be long as there's another game to be played. Baird from the stretch. Works there all the time. Hangs one high to Riedel. It's 3-2. Another full count pitch. That's low and inside. It's ball 4. It's a 1-out walk here in the ninth. Throw to first. I thought that was ball 4. It was. I don't really know what happened there. I thought that was ball 4. We need to figure out if that was a strike or a ball. Pitch was low and inside. looked to be ball 4. The pickup and throw to first by McCauley suggests that was a strikeout. In any event, Ball State has a runner on. And I don't think anybody really knows for 100% sure if that was a strike or a ball. If it's a strikeout, the runner's on because the throw to first was late. To this reporter's eyes, that looked to be inside, but whatever, it really doesn't matter. So Milam is... Sorry, Riedel is on, and here is Hulecki. Pitch is low, it's 1-0. So Riedel, they're crediting reached on a passed ball. This is all just for bookkeeping. It really doesn't matter. The runner's on first anyway. Fly ball foul, back at home and out of play. One and one to count, one gone here in the ninth. 13-1. Baird from the stretch. Hulecki trying to improve his hitting streak to 14. Low and outside, it's 2-1. Ohio out hit today 16-5. Just haven't battled back on a day they had to. Next one's low. 3-1. One gone, runner at first in the ninth. Ohio down by 12. Baird on 3-1. High, it's ball 4. Runners on first and second now.
Now batting for the Cardinals, number 1, the second baseman.
And the hitting streak for Hulecki is over. But he reached base. 0 for 4 with the walk. That's a tough way to lose a hitting streak. Your ball club's up 13-1. Pitch misses inside to Freed. And did that hit him? Yes. Bases loaded, one gone, and this game just...
Cardinals, number 9, the center fielder, Colin Brockhouse.
This game just won't end. This is really something. I knew it was going to be a tough day when Max McDoulan told me that he couldn't work the game today because he's sick. Then I thought, well, maybe it'll be quick and maybe Ohio will win. Nope. Swing and a miss. On Colin Brockhouse. In Muncie, Indiana, there's a liquor store where there is a Cardinal that is flexing his muscles as he's tapping a keg. That's what Ball State's done today. 0-1, swing and a miss. It is 0-2. I've taken a picture of that liquor store sign before, and I thought this is the greatest liquor store sign in the history of the world. And right now, Athens is a dry county compared to what Ball State's been able to do. 0-2, misses outside. It's 1-2. One gone, top of the ninth. Bases loaded. It just won't end. Brockhouse is 4 for 5 today with 3 singles and a homer. Pop-up foul, out of play. One and two the count. Rito at third, Hulecki at second, Freed at first. It would be very nice if Mr. Brockhouse just rolled into a 6-4-3 double play to end this thing. But he might not be that nice of a guy. Senior from Fort Wayne. 1-2. Line shot over second into right center field for a base hit. 1 run scores. 2 runs score. And sliding safe is Brockhouse. 15-1 Ball State. On its second and third, that is a 5-hit day. He is a triple shy of the cycle. Here is Ricotta. And Colin Brockhouse proves that he's just not that nice of a guy. There was an opportunity there to roll into a double play, and he didn't do it. 15-1 Cards, and it continues. Here's Ricotta, who today is 3 for 4. Swing and a miss. I mean, it's not like Ball State really needs the 2 runs they put up in this inning. Baird from the stretch. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-2. One gone. Little chance of a double play. Oh, 2. Just missed outside. Looked to be a strike. It wasn't. Baird from the stretch. Ricotta, their first baseman, waits. Outside, 2-2. Now first base is open to create the double play chance to end the inning, which clearly could be an option here. Hitting room in left center field. Cardinals have 17 hits. Called strike 3. Ricotta knew it. There's a K. Baird's third of the day. And in all seriousness here, this is a big thing for Butch Baird. To be able to get back on the mound, get his mind and game right, although it's been a tough ninth, but him being back out there after they've stretched him out from injury, it's important for him, and that's a good way to end it, at least on a strikeout. And Rob Smith comes out to the mound. Are we going to see a pitching change? I think we will. There is activity in Ohio's bullpen. And some people might be wondering, well, in a 15-1 game, what does it matter? Well, they're going to have limitations on Baird after the injury, and so therefore he is done, and he gets a nice round of applause from the Bobcat fans, and that's 3 strikeouts for Butch Baird. 2-1, fouled over the screen. It's 2-2. There's a plane in view over the ballpark to the northeast. You see the jet trail there. Wonder where that plane's going. I want to be on that plane right now. 2-2 the count. Cardinals on top by 14. Wintner waits and the pitch. Fouled back. Do it again at 2-2. 2-2 the count with 2 away here in the last offensive effort for the Cardinals, at least in game 1. Custer delivers. Called strike 3. That was a long delay on the call, the punch out by Robert Reitz. Freshman from Murraysville, Pennsylvania, Noah Weiner. 6'1", 175 and a freshman. Will get a crack at Evan Marquardt. Just 2 at-bats this year, 1 strikeout. Right-handed hitter, takes one outside. It is 1-1. 15-1 Ball State. We're in the bottom of the 9th. 1 more game to come. The finale of the doubleheader. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Marquardt has 3 strikeouts today. That's 15 for Cardinals pitching today. 29 in the series. 1-2 the count and the pitch. Loban outside, 2-2. Cardinals with 4 in the second, 2 in the third, 5 in the fifth, 2 in the sixth, 2 in the ninth. Ohio down by 14. 2-2 pitch. Swinging a bouncing ball towards short. It is sucked up and dropped by Powell. Trickles into center. It's going to be a base hit. First one of the college career for Noah Weiner. And here is Aaron Levy. So even in games when you're down by 14, you can have a moment. And here's Devontae Washington, pinch hitter, redshirt freshman from Twinsburg, 6'1", 190. Nobody gone here in the 9th. Devontae Washington will hit here for Ohio. This is his first plate appearance of the year. takes the ball. It's 1-0. Where's number 40? First at-bat of the season comes in this moment. Big for him. Popped it up. Back of home. Heading this way. Off the roof. 1-1. You imagine a whole season not being able to get an AB, and you do, and your ball club's down 15-1. He's a hitter up there and fouls one back to the screen. It's 1-2. So you've got these bigger moments, huge individual moments, even when your ball club's getting blown out. We'll see if Mr. Washington can come through here. Runner at first. Nobody gone, bottom of the ninth. And the pitch. Foul tip off of the catcher's mitt and off of the mask of the home plate umpire. And he took that one, and he's hurt. I don't know where he got hit, but he is in pain. He is still on his feet, but in a great deal of pain. Both head coaches come out. The umpires come over and take a look. And hopefully he's okay. I don't know where he got smacked, either on the follow-through of the bat or on the foul ball itself. He's up and talking, which is a good sign. And we'll see if he hangs into the game. Gosh, it's a long day for him, too. And to be back there for every pitch of this encounter, the Ohio trainer is going to take a look. And they're taking a look at his jaw. Robert Reitz, the home plate umpire. And while it's been a tough day for Ohio and a great day for Ball State, we hope the home plate umpire is all right. They're in it just as much as anybody else. Obviously, they don't care who wins or loses. They just want to umpire a fair game. And now they're going to send him through a little concussion protocol here. His cage clearly was rattled either on the follow-through, on the swing and the foul tip, or on the foul ball. He's just to the right of the home plate area. Ohio's trainer out there, Ball State's trainer. One of the two umpires, head coach Rob Smith, and he's talking. And they're all going to talk. Two umpires and the Ohio trainer, and will he stay in the game? He says he can. Wow. That's a long day. This is a 3-hour ball game here. And he's seen a lot of pitches, and he just got his cage rattled on a follow-through or either on the foul ball. I'm not 100% sure. We don't have the replay here, but he'll stay in the game. And you can quibble with calls that umpires make throughout the course of any game. And unfortunately, these days, folks are really letting umpires have it. But they're human beings out there, too. And they're in the middle of the battle. And he's going to hang in, and you got to tip your cap to him for staying around. It was a foul ball, and now it's a swing and a miss. Washington goes down on strikes. One gone here in the ninth with the runner on at first. Here's Rudy Rote. Ball State's catcher, Hulecki, has a word for him as well. Here's Rudy Rote. And that's just scary to see. It's aluminum bats. It's a ball with some pace to it. You're so close to the action there, the home plate umpire. Check swing. Did he go around? They appeal? No. Home plate umpires used to have that balloon protector. You saw that in the 80s. Really not so much in the 90s anymore. Rote pops this up. This is a mile into the sky and a shallow right. Riedel comes in, Ball State's right fielder, who makes the catch. Two gone to the Bobcat ninth, and it comes down to Tanner Picnic. But, yeah, you take a look at the home plate umpire. He's still trying to shake out the cobwebs, stretch out that jaw. which you might do when you might have water in your ears, trying to shake it out. He'll be out on the base paths. He'll be the third base umpire in the finale of this series. Marquardt still out there for Ball State. He's been pretty good out of the pen. He's allowed 2 hits, walk, and 4 strikeouts. 2 gone here, last of the 9th. Ohio down by 14. At least it's been a nice weather day. Marquardt from the stretch. Here it is. Breaking ball, strike. 1-1. Cardinals will have a chance to sweep the series coming up in about a half hour. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Ohio down to its last strike. Picnic struck out 3 times today. I guess it would be fitting for the Cardinals to close this with a K. It would be Marquardt's 5th. It would be the 17th for Ball State pitching today. 1-2, up and in. 2-2. Two and two the count, 2 gone, bottom of the 9th, runner at first. Breaking ball called, strike 3. And the Cats are clobbered by the Cards, mostly with Ks, but with a barrage of Ball U runs. 15-1 the final score. Ohio loses. That's the ball game. Stay tuned. Our abbreviated postgame report is next.